Okay, hello friends. Hello, hello. Whoop. Kiwi. Wanna say hi? Say hi. He wants to go. Right, Kiwi? Say hello. Okay, he wants to go. I'll let him go. Bye. Ouch. Hello friends, how's it going? How are you guys doing? Soda with the tier 1, 41 months, thank you. Dark Valorant, hello. Soran, Snoopy, Timmy, how's it going? Hubert the Mad, hello. ODM, Mr. Star Dollars, hello. It's Huntex, hello. Oh, Huntex, did you get your board yet? I actually don't know if there have been any updates, so I never knew. Frankie, hello. Blueberry Pug, hello. J Reggie, Bazzy, hello. Rienfo, hello, hello. ODM with the 41 as well. Oh, damn. Boobat, hello. Is shipping with the rest of the bar light pre-orders? Oh, okay, cool. That's okay. That's good to know. I mean, at least it's like sort of confirmed for you, right? We just added onto my GMK 8008 order. Oh, sweet. Okay, so that worked out. Okay, so so as the title of the stream implies, we are going to be building a Neo80 today, which I have right here. I showed this last time, actually, last week. It's been about a week since I last streamed, I believe. Figured I should pick up the set, seeing that it was down to something like 60 at one point. Oh, that's true. The sales have been pretty good on a lot of the in-stock sets at the time. So it's definitely a good deal. Alright, so I did show last time that the color for the Neo that we're going to be building today is going to be this gold champagne color, right? So we have the parts here. That's the case foam. We got the PCB as well as all the foam that's required. Well, not required, but optional. We got an included cable, a hex key for like screwdriver basically, a keycap puller as well as a switch puller if you need it. Don't think I'll need these, so I'll just put these aside. And then I wonder why surely the vendors didn't overstock and stuff because of COVID. Yeah, I mean it was a bubble, so yeah, just a lot of stock out there. But I mean, I think we'll soon get to the point where it gets much more minimal, I would say. Okay, so these are some included stabs. Kind of interesting. It comes with these little shims as well. These are the QK Neo stabilizers. These are apparently clip-in stabs and comes with pretty much similar to what like TX stabs offer, which is just clip-in stabs. I believe like there are, it looks like 5 stabs, so like 4 for the main cluster and then the spacebar, and then you have 2 different wires for the spacebar, 65 or 7U. So we'll try these out. I've never tried these. And yeah, I think somebody did ask about whether this was my first QwertyKeys Neo board, and it is actually my first QwertyKeys Neo board that I am building. We got 2 plates here, polycarb and I think aluminum. I believe these are for the lighting module as well as the rubber feet. This is for mounting O-ring gaskets. sandwich mount. These are the gasket dumbbells and gasket jackets or sleeves as they call them. So there's that. So this, you can mount it in like 4 different ways or something like that. It's I mean, it's really 3, but yeah, like 4 different ways, I guess, of doing stuff. Here we have our switches, some good old Gatex switches. Yeah, gasket socks, yeah. Sock sleeves, whatever it is. Same. And then we got our gold, or champagne rather, colored case. Yo. Yeah, so pretty nice. So this is truly a screwless board in the sense that it uses these latches to put the 2 pieces together. There's our USB port in the center. I believe this has the dark gold stone washed sort of weight, which is still pretty reflective, as you can see, but it does have like this kind of like just, I don't know if it's like scratched up, sort of like smudge sort of texture to it. Like it genuinely is the texture. It's like kind of like stone wash. It's kind of like not like completely clean looking, but that's just the look it has. But it's still very reflective, as you can see. Matt Max, hello, happy subversary. Yeah, thank you so much for the prime. How are you? And happy new year to you too as well. Fun fact about this board, you don't need screws to build if you use the included clip-in stabs. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is a fun fact. You don't need a single screw, right? Because, I mean, aside from the, I guess, daughter board, so this has this latch system, which is pretty unique. So it's the ball latch system, and it's similar to the Cycle 7. I do see that there are a few cool little details for the ball latch system here that we have. It's that, I mean, there's obviously like several points, but they also have these little rubber pieces to sort of like kind of like prevent the case from like colliding with one another, as well as these pads here, these adhesive pads that they've pre-installed to prevent the top piece and the bottom piece from colliding with one another, which is nice. This thing in the middle over here is a magnetic attachment for the PCB. So the PCB actually does not connect through a JST connector and cable. It uses this magnetic connector. Alright, this remix is kind of long. I'm gonna skip it. So yeah, that's pretty much the sort of like the rundown of this. You have several mounting. You have this gasket dumbbells that go here. You have these brass standoffs sort of that screw onto this, which basically enable the sandwich mount that goes onto these tabs on the plate. And then you have the gasket socks method of mounting the board as well. And then of course you do have your O-ring mount as well. So if you just use standard O-ring, you can also put it around the assembly and then close up the case. No ribbon cable. Yeah, indeed, no ribbon cable. It's pretty neat. And then there is like an LED module that goes on the aero cluster here. So that's gonna be like this like ring LED sort of thing going on that you can also turn on, turn off for RGB. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on the bump ons first. And yes, so starting from today, or at least for today's stream, hopefully you guys can hear the audio fine. I do have like music playing, but then this music obviously won't be audible through the VOD. If you are a VOD watcher, there won't be any music. You can play your own music, you can do whatever you want while you watch the VOD, but that's just trying out the audio splitting thing, so that we can have some other variety of music too. So, you know, I can maybe switch back and forth, doesn't really matter, but it's one way to go about it. What do you mean all the music's being played live in my kitchen? I wish my kitchen had the space to have live music. Yeah. Let's see. These are, I think this is just replacement stuff for the corner pads. Some extra screws. I think is these screws. I think is if you're using hot swap, you might need it. I think we have solderable today, so I don't think I will be soldering today. This is like the diffuser block for the LED part, so I'm just gonna put that aside. I have not decided what plate to use actually. We do have aluminum, but my immersion. I guess you can immerse yourself with your own music too, though. Although, I mean, I can always use my. I could always just use like epidemic sound and other things that we've previously used. And then yes, there's also plateless. So there's many ways of going about this. I actually put aluminum plate on the build command, but I haven't really decided. So we'll just have to figure out which particular mounting method we want to go with it. So yeah, let me take these guys out. So we have PE foam, plate foam as usual, as well as here the PCB that has all these tabs on it. Makes it a little bit hard to take out of the bag. Just get stuck on the zip portion here. Okay, so there's our PCB, Neo80, and there's our magnetic connector, pretty interesting. I am interested to see how this builds up. So let's see here. Yeah, no flex cuts. So today we have solderable 1.6 millimeter PCB with no flex cuts. That's what we got here today. Okay, so I guess let's go ahead and do the stabs and the switches, right? Is mysterious Amazon foam worth it? Probably okay. You probably just don't want to stuff too much of it. Generally speaking, you just want anything that's non-conductive though. So just make sure you get something that's not very conductive. I mean, especially if you're gonna put foam between parts that are metallic and they're gonna be, you know, conducting electricity in some way. Might do a hip type mod. Okay, good luck. Do what you will. Alright, never tried these stabs, so I actually don't know how these will go. So let's hope for the best. Let's see. So layout wise, we do have a wind keyless style board. So the Neo80 is an F12 TKL with wind key and wind keyless options. And pricing starts very low. It's a very competitive pricing at 100 and I believe it's 110 for plateless and 130 with a plate. So incredibly competitive pricing here we have for the for the Neo80. So, and honestly, the finish on the board itself alone is probably worth it. It's really good. The anodizing's like quite impeccable. Yes, I am playing from Spotify. I'm trying the audio track thingy splitting, and then I put the widget here and everything. How's that? Do you guys like it? Damn, welcome to 2022. I know. And look at this. I even changed my transition a little. I'm not sure if it works. Oh. Anyway, yeah, just trying some new things for the stream, because why not? Do it again? Okay, it looks like I don't need to do anything like similar to the TX stabs on this one, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and lube it with 2.5. Also, I think Kiwi's kind of desperate for food, so I'm gonna I need to go feed him. So I'm gonna do that actually, just because he's gonna start really getting feisty in a bit if I don't. But he knows I'm busy, so like he's being very polite and not bothering me. But yeah. All right, let me help Mr. Kiwi over here. I know I can't show you guys what I'm doing, but maybe you'll be able to hear him meow and stuff. Will you be getting a Cycle A for review? I think someone from ClickClack said I would, but I haven't gotten confirmation personally. Oh, what's up? Yeah, you want to eat? Oh, he came over because he's hungry. Right, Kiwi? Oh. You can hear him purr, I think. Maybe not. No, not anymore. Okay. Alright, Kiwi, let's go eat. I'm sure you want to eat. Alright, Kiwi, let's go. Yeah. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay, whew, I'm back. Sorry. I am back. Just had to feed Mr. Kiwi. Okay, let's get to this. All right, so stabs. So gotta have all our wires here. So we're just gonna do classic 7U and keyless. And let's get some of the 2.5 here. Do you have twisted mods on that Future Crime set? Yes, I do. I actually just received my zooted, non-crooked, non-twisted replacement alt keys, because my alt keys were both kind of crooked, but I got some replacements. Oh, Tyler with the raid. Hello. Welcome, welcome. How's it going? Mr. Tyler, what were you up to on stream today? Sean! Wow, hello. Been a minute. How are you doing? Happy 2024. So, welcome Raiders. My name is Lightning. You probably have seen me before. But if you're not, welcome. I am also a keyboard builder and Twitch streamer. Yeah, so we're building the Neo80 today, which came in this champagne color with a dark gold weight, which has this like kind of like stone turned finish, which is sort of like, it looks like it's been used, but it's still kind of reflective. And it's this board that's being sold for $110 US to 130, which is crazy, at least for what I'm seeing here. But yeah, that's how QwertyKeys does a lot of their products. Very accessible pricing. Aussie Keycaps, hello. Also broke my hand doing cool shit. Describe cool shit. Oh, whoops. I didn't have to lube this just yet. Was wrestling, and when I got up, oh, it already does not sound pretty. It just started hurting. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought it would be worse than that. Neo is actually QK's even more entry line. I see. So the QK boards technically, sorry, the regular QK line, right? Like the QK whatever, right? Those are entry level, entry line or whatever, and or mid perhaps, and then this is the really entry, like Neo for new people or something like that. I actually don't really know that much about QwertyKeys, internal structure wise. I know they do a lot of these boards, and I know they're pretty popular. But it's certainly true, I barely have gotten to try much among their products. So here we are. Neo80 isn't shipping yet, is it? No, it's not. This is a prototype sort of unit. So that was sent for like review. Hello, Mr. Shinoto Keys. Ever handsome to you? Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year to you too. How are you, man? Do you have a good time for the New Year's, for the holidays? I don't even know what happened. Is there anything popping in the keyboard world? I mean, lots of sales, because in-stock products are cheap right now. A lot of vendors trying to clear out inventory, so a bunch of sales. So if you're looking for like gym key sets, there's a bunch that are in stock and on sale very frequently. And then there's a lot of in-stock boards and stuff too. And I would say, like, other than that, like, there's fewer GMK group buys compared to like the in the pandemic. But there's some like cool reruns, like GMK Phantom is running an R2 now. Oh, hi Kiwi, how was your food? The worst in stock and cheap in the same sense. I know, it's crazy. Kiwi's just here smacking his lips. You can see him from the corner of the. Oh, okay. I need to make space for you, buddy, but there's not too much. How am I supposed to do this? You know, it's full of obstacles. Okay. Oh. Bye. Where's JD? JD's right here. Boom. There's JD. He's watching over. Whenever Kiwi isn't around to watch over the space here, JD is watching. Too much drinking on New Year's? That's like the opposite of what I did. I went to Niagara Falls right before New Year's, and then came back to New York City for the New Year's Eve, and then spent it out with some friends. We just had, you know, champagne and really good food, just like home cooked, and yeah, just had a good time. Pretty chill though, not extreme drinking or anything like that. I really don't do that anymore. Just kind of take it easy now. Woke up next to my wife and a concussion. Well, congrats on your second partner. Damn. I heard 159 and Project Keyboard tanked. Yes, yeah. Unfortunately, 159 had something happen and then just sort of dipped. Radio silence dipped. GMK Sumi got saved by Mr. Hoffmanmeister from Geekhack. Bless Hoffman. And a lot of the key sets that they also had on pre-order that failed to ship or failed to be fulfilled, which I sunk a bunch of money on too. Novel Key saved those. They pretty much picked up the slack on both Mex & Co. and Project Keyboard sets. How was the ice skating? Oh, it was good. I mean, so about the ice skating. So like I went to Canada this past break, like this past vacation, for the holidays, and like between Christmas and New Year's, and I was in the Toronto area, and we're like, oh, let's go skating, like in one of the main squares there, and like, you know, it's like an open public rink, right? But it was so crowded, so we didn't do that. And then my partner and I were like, oh, just chatting, and then decided that maybe it's a better idea for me to just purchase my own skates. So we went ahead and just did that, purchased some skates, and I went out skating a few times. I'm not good at skating, by the way. I'm pretty bad. I actually am contemplating maybe taking a class or two. But yeah, so did that, and then, you know, skated a few times while I was up there, and just brought the skates back. And recently, like a few days ago, over the weekend, I went to skate out in Bryant Park here in New York City. And the nice part about it is that, so Bryant Park is part of the public parts here in the city. So if you take your own skates, it's actually free. Like there's no admission fee. And if you take your own lock, it's also you can also use the lockers for free. As long as you provide your own lock. In general, though, in the city, like if you want to go skating, you do have to pay some kind of admission fee, whether it's for an hour or longer or whatever it is, right? And so it's nice that now that I actually have my own skates, I can actually like ski for free. Essentially, just takes me the time to go there, and to book the time slot during which I do that. Hyper's glad the True King is sitting proudly. Yeah, he just left his warehouse as is. Yeah, it just sank essentially. I mean, I guess kind of literally with the whole like flooding thing, but yeah, apparently the flooding thing for the warehouse on Project Keyword stuff like just ruined all the, or at least a bunch of the Sumi dust mats. I think something like that. Did Bingsu R2 ship before he dipped? No, it hasn't shipped for the Project Keyword orders, which basically are taken over by Novel Keys now. So we're still waiting. The wind is crazy right now in New Jersey, New York. Yeah, I received all these warnings from work, emails and stuff, basically saying like, don't be out, and like watch your windows and stuff because the wind is gonna be crazy. So there basically is going to be a storm overnight. Starting from basically now until like tomorrow, so hopefully nothing too dangerous, but I mean it's best to just stay inside and warm and safe, Waiting on GMK Nightshade, hopefully soon. Actually don't know. GMK, Classic Beige. Yeah, that should be soon. I mean, I know that Classic Beige is delayed because of those. Was it the Novelty Cherry Enter, which they wanted to do it the same as the KA 1953 set, which I think is a valid thing to wait for. And I mean, mainly it's that you don't want to ship all these orders first, because if you do that and then have to ship these quote-unquote fixed kits, then it ends up being a huge extra cost, right? So might as well just ship it all together. But I mean, those should be shipping hopefully soon. I mean, GMK has been pretty fast from what it seems now with a lot of their sets. It was minus 15 degrees Celsius in the morning. Oh my god. Nightshade is the BA set, the Blind Assassin set. No, I don't think Nightshade was, right? Isn't that a Night Runner? Not Nightshade. Oh, hey Kiwi, what are you doing? He's just behind me for whatever reason. Yeah, Nalkis did that for Mexico as well. Another company that also failed. Got to leave work early because of the storm? Yeah, same. Nice tunes. Thank you. You can thank Mr. Gam. I'm just listening to one of Mr. Gam's 80s FF playlist. I want Classic Beige, but with hot pink legends, like a magenta, bright magenta. I also noticed that artisan prices tanked hard. Yeah, I mean that was just bound to happen anyway. COVID bubble popped, right? On basically everything. It's not just artisans, by the way. It's keyboards, key sets, artisans, virtually in most hobbies actually. Like there's not too many hobbies that have stayed super stable and rock solid from pricing in COVID. So a lot of that popped, and I think artisans are an inevitable thing because it's a pretty saturated market. Like you have a lot of makers, and the price point for retail is kind of high. Already, I personally still think that a lot of artisans are definitely pricier than like pricier than I'll think they should be, but you know, it's art, it's functional art, so you can, you know, interpret however you want. You know, you pay your own price kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I think with the barrier of entry already being kind of high, and with the saturation of the market, plus the pop and people not wanting to spend a lot of their disposable income on hobbies like this, it's inevitable that the price would be brought down to basically cost, like retail cost / below, for most things, for the majority of things. There's a snowstorm outside. Nice. I do not envy you. Level caps: Harvester, Orc Lord, or Lurker. Personally, I really like the Orc Lord sculpt because it uses the shape of the blank so well. Like, it's basically like a box, but the idea of this like character sort of facing to that like corner area is super smart. It uses the space really well. It's super detailed. So I really like and the subject itself is very cool. So I think Orc Lord is probably my favorite from those three. Between Lurker and Harvester, Lurker plays on a lot more of the classic elements that have been popular in the hobby, and so I think it's gonna be feeling very familiar and kind of safe to a lot of people. It's a very cool sculpt in that regard. And then Harvester is a bit different, but it's kind of reminds me a little bit of like a more like level cap styled sort of cap on like maybe like a Void Walker from Art Key. That cap is kind of similar to that. Has that like more rectangular shape, sculpture, and some of the designs like kind of like a skull sort of base design. A little different, of course, but it kind of plays on that like top rectangular face of the cap with a face on it, with like the subject having a face, and it's like semi kind of humanoid, not even, maybe not. I guess Harvester technically isn't really humanoid, but it's like it still plays on the features of like a face, or like has like facial features. Conin, hola. Is the Anno super smooth in your opinion? On this board right now that I have right in front of me, yeah, it's very smooth. It's really, really good, in my opinion. I think it's, obviously, it's hard to say like whether review units like this are going to be different to production just because of the scale. I assume that they're obviously going to try to be as consistent as possible with their finishes, but with regards to how this currently feels and looks, it is very smooth. Hubert. Yeah, I think Orc Lord is an amazing cap. I actually kind of would like for more. So you know, like Orc Lord debuted with this first King colorway. That colorway was amazing, and there's been some really good ones. But because it's so packed with details, the colorways need to be more partitioned and simple, I think, so that the sculpt can shine. Like some specific details need to be colored differently from other details, so that like you can actually note the differences. But there are some colorways that have like a kind of like a more monotone side to them, and I think those tend to muddle a lot of the details on the Orc Lord sculpt. But that's just me. I think that's a big reason why I didn't end up collecting a lot of them. It was because I only thought there were just very few that I really liked colorway wise. I think like the MF Doom theme one was really good, for example. I think there was like a Rome Orc or something like that. That was really good too. The Santa one was kind of good too. The like Saint Noel theme one. There's captions on stream now. Yeah, I enabled that too through one of these plugins just you know, for the people who need it. If you don't, you can just disable them because they're like the Twitch integrated ones. So you can actually just disable captions by clicking the close captions button on the player, by the way. Oh, Mr. Gam, hello. Gam Radio is being played right now, yeah, because I finally did the audio splitting and all that stuff, so hopefully it's good enough. We'll see if suddenly you see all my channels dead, then that's what happened. They actually just died. So let's hope nothing like that happens. What was your first ever artisan? My first ever artisan was an Iconic goo. So Iconic was actually an artisan maker brand that was based in Malaysia. It was started by the same person who initially proposed to run the Exent keyboard, which was a collaboration between TGR, Iconic, Ramaworks, and Originative. And Hua Henza, who was a pretty prominent collector at the time from Malaysia, was the person who started Iconic, along with Yutzi. Actually, Yutzi from TGR was a friend of Iconic / Hua Henza, and they would cast together. So actually, my first artisan that I got was from a giveaway at a meetup in Washington DC area for 2016's meetup, and I went there and I won that as part of a giveaway prize. And apparently it was sent out by Mr. Yutzi. So kind of going back, I was like, wow, like, I mean, now that it's like after all these years, I'm like, wow, like it's kind of funny how my first artisan and later on, like I like, you know, like got some TGR stuff, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like there's a bit of history and all that kind of stuff. That was neat. How long did it take you to do the audio split? I think doing the research and making sure everything was right took me like an hour, no, like 2 hours just to be sure. I mean, honestly, it would be probably shorter. I think if you know what you're doing, it'll probably take you 5 minutes, to be honest. But I just had to look over and over just in case. I like would like record myself like just like separately, you know, like on OBS, just to make sure that like it wasn't like, you know, like the tracks were mixing up and stuff like that. So I'm hoping it's fine. Like I tried to double check everything, but I hope the VOD is fine, and I hope the, like, you know, the audio stream is fine, and there's no issues from here. I mean, technically, if you do play copyrighted music, you can get like live DMCA struck, but apparently it doesn't happen often because it's just a rare thing to do. Like it's easier to scrub pre-recorded content like VODs than it is for any live items. Abstraction, hello. Be careful with Tatsuro. He will personally come to your house and mess you up if he catches you streaming his music. What? Also, why are there so many TGRs for sale and why are they so cheap? TGR 19 for like 700. Oh, because Mono K and TGR had like a sale, had a collab sort of sale, and they did multiple colorway runs, and they're a pretty bigger batch. So there's quite a few out there now. Lamp, thanks for gifting a sub to Juhua. I know one thing, you are fine. Well, I hope you're enjoying the Babylon, by the way. Watch him get live DMCA'd? Haha. I mean, that would suck. That would suck. Okay, so stabs are done. Are we gonna do foam today? Are we doing any foam, by the way? I didn't put the P because I'm so used to not doing it. But do we want to do just no foam and see how it goes? I can do case foam. That's fine. I think case foam is okay. And it's also kind of on the thinner side. So the question is whether I do PC plate or alu plate. Didn't end up deciding on that, so you guys can let me know. PC or alu? Should we, this board plateless? I believe you can also do plateless, right? With the mounting systems that they offer. Let's see. So if I am not mistaken, you can also do Neo was designed for no foam. I see. Plateless sandwich gasket O-ring. Yeah, I'm aware of that. So there's these. So let me show you all the different methods here. Okay, let me take this. So there's these gasket socks, right? There's these gasket socks, gasket mounting. There is gonna be these gasket dumbbell, gasket mounting, right? So you got these two guys for gasket mount. I guess there's a third way of gasket mount, which is gonna be O-ring. So there's O-ring. And then finally there's sandwich, which actually essentially is just putting the assembly on these standoffs. These standoffs get installed onto the case, and then it just, the pins of the plate just sit on top of these standoffs. Do PCB-less. Alu. Okay, let's just do a quick poll. How about that? I actually don't really mind whichever way. So we just have to decide on the plate, actually. Plateless, alu and polycarbonate. I actually don't know how plateless would exactly work just yet. I need to look at the guide probably, just to make sure. Playlist Neos have sounded good, IMO? Okay. Neat. It's cool that there's playlist options too now. Nice to see so many mounting. Great for entry. Yeah. How do you like the other anode colors? Not many purple demos. I haven't seen that many of the demos / features like on IG and other places. I don't like follow like all the other creators' contents as closely, mostly out of like just don't browse the apps that often. But I mean, if this one looks the way it does right now, this is the gold one, champagne colored one, the others will look pretty good. Just drop one of those little corner gaskets. Oh, plateless or an alu at the top. Looks like plateless pretty popular. Okay, only 5 votes. Where did it go? Hate dropping stuff here because it's so hard to find. Okay, I do have a spare, so I'll just gonna use that and then find the one that just fell off later. Is that an IU by Perryworks you're using on top? Yes, it is. What's the acrylic piece on the center of the board? Oh, this? That's a little magnetic piece that allows the PCB to be connected to it. So it connects the USB port and the PCB. Are you doing the CLS SEGB? Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, it's kind of costly and I just don't really want to spend money. Not in the mood. But yeah, it's tempting. It's classic top mount, right? Okay, so if I'm supposed to do this plateless, I can use any of these mountings too, right? So like maybe if I do like gasket dumbbell or whatever, seems kind of neat. I can do that. Like I'm just gonna like demo this. So I assume it would be like that. Either tab or dumbbell. Okay, yeah. CLS SE so overpriced. Definitely priced high for what options are available in the hobby at the moment. And it's a pretty cookie cutter formula, standard top mount. So yeah, it definitely is quite pricey. It's like $550 or so. Oh, corner read again. Is that force pick? Oh, these guys. Yeah, these are little silicone pieces. These are little silicone pieces to allow for the to prevent rather the top and bottom pieces from colliding with each other when you clasp them together. Yeah, it's basically like force break. Greg? I might veto that myself, to be quite honest. Greg on this color sounds kind of ass. TBH. Let me cook? Oh my god. Who let him cook? Oh shit, we're doing playlists for real? Yeah, why not? Can't hurt to try, right? I'm just like mock mounting it right now just because I'm not like 100% sure. So just putting these gaskets on and then seeing how it actually fits all together, and then if it's good, then we're just gonna go ahead and do the switches. And oh, actually I need to test the stabs, and if I need to touch up the stabs, do that, and then go ahead and do switches. Okay, so I think it's just like that. Ooh, okay, and it just kind of clasps with the whatchamacallit, magnetic connector there, so that's kind of cool. Actually, good time for me to double check the PCB. It's right there. I believe I have a JSON file for this, so going to go ahead and load that in. Neo80, Neo80 wired. I think that's the one. Yep. Okay. Cool. It's showing up here. Let's just adjust stuff. Layouts. Bottom row, I have 7U. Lighting. I guess it's just the RGB, right? Okay. Okay, let's just reprogram a few things. I like my left control here, left one here, right alt, right control, and I don't really use scroll lock for anything, so I usually put that as my layer key, and the rest is fine for now. And let's just test the keys just quickly. Okay, I think everything's gonna work, but might as well just do the whole thing. This is neat. This magnetic mount it goes hard, man. That's kind of crazy. I mean, it's kind of cool that it's doable and it exists, I guess. Can't think that every board would have to have something like it, but because it also constrains you dimension-wise and the case and all that kind of stuff, but for this particular board anyway, it's pretty cool. For those wondering if this has LED support, it looks like it does have an integrated caps lock indicator LED. And it does not have in-switch LED support otherwise. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, neat. All right, just going back on what people are talking about here. I'm using my colorful ass board right now. What's going on this board? Olivia Pona Hootie? That's a good question. I actually don't know. We can play around. There's beige, yeah. Beige it's like the safe option for sure. You forgot the split backspace? Then ain't nobody gonna do that. Boneyard 9s would really look good. Could be interesting actually, yeah. I also have like Classicer. That could be an interesting set for this. Classicer with the accents maybe. I don't know. Hey yo, Niku, hello. Do you have a good start into a new year? Yes, I did. It's been good. Yeah, GMK Classicer, the one that Oblotsky put out with. I think Omnitype was the seller for North America, but yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Okay, so let's go ahead and check the stabs and do the rest. Can you show the back real quick? Oh, yeah, sure. One sec. There it is. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Do you have hander beige? I do not, no. Do you have truffle schwein? No, I did not order truffle schwein. Is there a rare south-facing back base? Funzy. Jeez. Tiramisu look really good on this. I also don't have tiramisu. I can tell you what sets I do have. I mean, well, or rather, keep asking. Rather, it's easier that way. If I had to list the sets that I do have, we would never finish stream. So, better just for me to tell you if I do have it or not when you go ahead and ask. You have boho. What the hell is boho? You have Greg. I do have Greg. I do have Deepwell. Sandstorm, I do have Sandstorm, yeah. GMK Boho, interesting. Yeah, south-facing enter is doable just fine on PCBs. People have the misconception that it doesn't fit with south-facing shift, right shift, but it does. It's fine. Cherry Stabs allows for it. That's how it's been. Funny how they did no south-facing enter but north-facing spacebar. Oh, that's probably because they wanted to clear this part of the PCB here for the case, because south-facing spacebar is gonna stick out a little more. I don't know. To be honest, they could have done either way, but for a lot of people at least who design, the south-facing spacebar might not be an option they want. It does make your bezel a little bit, you need to like push things a little bit further down. Or further to the front rather. How are the PCB tolerances for plateless? Is it loose? I don't know yet. I'll tell you after I'm done putting it all together. But it's gonna be generally not loose because of the magnet mount thingy for the PCB itself. I think the magnet's gonna kind of hold that in place laterally and then vertically too, actually. But then the rest of it would just be whether the case is pressing on everything on the assembly enough. But I think the probably gaskets are enough to add that space in between. But yeah. Pentagon, hello, loving the music. I'm glad. You can also give props to Mr. Gam because it's Gam Radio. This is, well, it's just his playlist on Spotify. I'm pretty sure. Is the magnet for daughter board? Yeah, it is for the USB. Retro mixed lights? Wait, what's that? Is Electron on Gam Radio? I don't know, you should ask Gam. Oh, it's Keekable. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, these tabs are sounding pretty good, actually. These tabs are nice. Nice. These tabs are pretty good. I like them. Compared to, I think the other product I remember from QwertyKeys was the OwlLab stabs. I think they had those on their store too, right? Those were no bueno. I did not like them at all. But these guys, these Neo QK stabs, pretty good. Pretty good. I like it. I can send you a link if you want. Yeah, just post it in the chat. It's fine. They're like $7 per set. Not bad. That's like $7 per set is like cherry pricing, right? Cherry clip-in pricing. QK outgrew OwlLabs as a brand. Well, that's good, right? I mean, gotta evolve. OwlLab stabs were so RNG. If the wires came fucked, then they stayed fucked. It was not even just that for me. I actually did not like how the clasps worked, like the little clips for the wire and whatnot. It was like all these different aspects about the OwlLab stabs were not for me. Like from the way they like attached to the wire itself. I mean, sorry, like the wire attachment and the wire itself. There are several things I didn't like about the OwlLab stabs back then. I get that QK and Neo are the cash cow brands, but I kind of want a new OwlLab board that isn't an HD remake. What's HD again? Oh, I see. Just like in general. I thought Neo was like wasn't their latest board the Jelly 2.0? I believe so. Finally found a photo. Only enter is north facing a G80 1000. That seems right. This is I mean, yeah, because you have to check G80s, not G81s. G81s are going to use MY, which use a different mechanism for the stabilizer. Technically, it's still like Cherry, but it's kind of like, I mean, sorry, it's basically more like CoStar. So it like takes up more space on the PCB. The whole way they had those like housings on it. But yeah, I believe at least for custom keyboards, I think all south is totally fine. Diego Drua tells me I need films for Cherry. Should I invest the money into films? Like, oh, switch films? Yeah, I do think switch films are kind of a necessity for Cherry switches. Cherry MX switches, like the housings do kind of stretch up when you open them up. Before you open them up, you actually don't have that, like the wobble between the top and bottom housing is not that bad. But once you do, it also depends on the opener and how much force you use. But like in general, it's gonna stretch up a decent bit. So I would definitely recommend using switch films for cherry switches. GAM. It just feels like it would be a waste if you're already opening them up for even like lubing. Like unless you're using them completely stock, different story. What films do you recommend? I typically use only 2 different kinds, or maybe 3. I use TX films of the 0.15mm variant. I use occasionally I buy a few packs of the thinner variant for TX just in case like other switches might need it, but that's just because I build keyboards for other people. So occasionally it's just good to have a stock of like other things. And then I use Keys films a decent bit. I also have used previously the KLC dampeners, mid switch dampeners. I think those are like the yellow ones or the pink ones, I think. But yeah, I've used those too. Those pretty much act the same way as like the Keys, kind of similar, kind of compressible, and still adds fills in the gap between the top and bottom housing, does the job. But yeah, I would say like if I'm stocking up and stuff, I just go to Mikibo or like Divinity Key, like, you know, different websites have like TX films now. So yeah, you just go to whatever's cheapest and get a bunch of TX films. Back when I still used Durox stabs, I had trouble putting the stabs into my keycall PCB. Yeah, so the problem with screw-in stabs is that screw-in stabs have that square portion for the screw. So that's probably why, like this, like the brass insert or whatever for the screw is enclosed in this like square rectangular plastic. It's encased in plastic, and that takes up more space than clip-ins do with just the clip on the attachment portion of the stab. So that makes sense. Yeah, but for clip-ins, for example, like south facing, everything works fine. In fact, even for screw-ins, it can work just fine. It's mostly a matter of like maybe you might have to like chip like cut a small bit of the corner of the screw-in stab, like just at the very end of the plastic, just like flush cutters or something like that. But generally speaking, it probably will work. Like it's workable rather. Do you see the Haimu switches that clip into a PCB so they remain stable even in plateless hot swap? Yeah, I saw the announcement by QwertyKeys that they were gonna stock those at some point. Pretty cool. Pretty cool idea. A little extra work for sure for them, but to come up with it, but it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat that they actually trying something new out so that people with hot swap and like 5-pin switch needs can work with that and plateless. Alright, so that's that. Let's go ahead and solder this guy up. Oh, I guess I can use these clips too. I'm just gonna put them on. These little shims for the stabs, why not? Since we have plateless especially, it can be pretty useful. It's a little tighter than TX actually. Oh yeah, a bit harder than TX to put into this, but actually they clipped in really well. Actually, I'm gonna do without. I think I should be fine. These are clipped to the PCB pretty well, so I don't think I'll need them. As long as I don't pull too hard on the stabilized keys, it should be okay. Okay, let's get our soldering iron ready. Hey, Latam Keys! Hola, ¿cómo estás? The solution was to put enter tab first and then right shift it without issue. Makes sense. Nice switch for newbies getting into hobby? Yeah. I mean, or some people just don't want to get soldering gear, to be quite honest. I think that's the thing. Like, some people just don't want that at their homes. Like, it's just extra stuff that you don't want. Even if it's like small as a TS80, TS100, like you can just put in a drawer and it's rechargeable and, you know, has no cords or whatever. Some people just don't want that. Don't want to bother with it. So I kind of get it. What's up, Rob? How's it going? How are you? Rob, the other day I saw that you won some giveaway for like an artisan cap on, I think it was Latrium. It's pretty cool. Congrats. Made it back, had to do some calculus. So much fun, looking bored, debating if I get one after my Bauer to get myself a TKL. Oh yeah. I mean, it's a great deal. 110 bucks, 130 with a plate, and I think DHL shipping is like $40 basically. So it's pretty killer of a deal. It's definitely super nice for the price. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this fan on. I think the noise filter is on, so should be fine. Let me know if you have any trouble with the audio. How heavy are those dumbbells? 0 pounds, because I don't lift shit. Hi, imagine winning free shit. Excuse me, Drew, you won shit. You simply declined it out of the kindness and generosity of your own heart. I thought that was the case. Right, Huntugs? Drew simply passed it forward because he's so generous and kind. And then obviously also one set of black switches with which I was going to surprise him with a set of stabies because I was gonna have to ship stuff anyway. But by the morning that I was going to settle all the giveaway stuff, he had already decided to forgo the price. So I was like, okay, well, too bad. It was supposed to be a surprise, but now it didn't happen. Smudge. These soldering pads are tiny, so I think the heat conduction here is like kind of slow because there's not that much copper here exposed. At least it does look kind of clean. Have you played the Geometry Dash update? No. I live about 10 minutes from Ash Keeps. Oh, cool. That's convenient. I didn't read the whole message. Like scrolled up. I won one of those lateral caps. Nice. Pretty pumped. Doing good. How about you? Doing well. Been busy, but doing great. New Year's been good. Fortunately not sick or anything like that with cold season. It's been good. Akshay, hello. 765 Kiwi Polaroid. Yeah, I wonder what happened to the Kiwi Polaroids that I gave away. I haven't seen any pictures or anything. I did send them out. I hope they arrived fine. I hope so. MX Blaster arrived, so I'll be breaking those in shortly. Nice. Flush my tankless water heater. Oh, hi, Lydia. How are you? How's it going? What's cooking? One posted today in Discord. Oh, cool. Didn't see. In my Discord or somewhere else? KB Gen? Oh, cool. Neat. Didn't see that. Must have missed it while I was doing other stuff. We vibing? Damn, you owe me a Kiwi Polaroid? Oh? Oh? I don't think that's how it works, buddy. They want it fair and square. You think Kiwi just gives himself up like that for free? That's a rookie mistake, a big misconception, a big misunderstanding, a lack of comprehension of how things work in this household. Ain't that easy. You see? I might be easy, but Kiwi isn't. And he would scold me if he knew of the atrocity of me giving away freebies for no good reason. I took Polaroids of you when I was in New York. That's true. Without consent. Just kidding. I took out my first solder keyboard. I don't know how to solder. Any tips on soldering? First of all, is that every single soldering joint that you do is independent from one another. So it means that you don't have to do the entire job in one sitting. So go slowly. Don't overheat your soldering iron, but you do need to heat it up enough that the solder is melting well and flowing well into the joint that you're applying the solder to. I also advise you to check out a few like videos out there of people like for instructional videos for soldering and whatnot. There's quite a few out there. I think like one very popular one I believe is like EV Vlog, which is basically like these electrical engineer people. Old video, but still effective. Shows you how to solder and what things are about. And yeah, just looking up pictures and videos and things like that are obviously like the first go at the process, but then practicing is going to make you better at it. But it's in general like this through hole soldering, which is what we do for a lot of these solderable keyboards, is the simplest and the easiest way to solder. So it won't be a difficult job. You just need a little bit of patience. And obviously, if you've done your homework and just looked up like the basics, then you should be good to go. It's just the rest is just practice. Someone say joint. Blaze it. You got a playlist link by any chance? Mr. Gam can hook it up with Gam Radio, and maybe some of his other private / public. I don't know which ones are private, which ones are public anymore. But if Gam's still around, he could hook it up with the playlists. But if not, you can also join my Discord server, !Discord or !Socials. And if you join the music channel in my server, you can talk to fellow like-minded enthusiasts who enjoy the music as well. And Gam is also there, so you can always ask him for recommendations. And there are many cultured music enjoyers in the server. So yeah, feel free to join. If you also join, there's like people who are like into photography and other stuff. So I would say like the miscellaneous sections like dedicated to other hobbies are pretty nice. There's definitely been a bit of growth in those smaller circles too. People just sharing the stuff they like. Just been nice to see. Shameless plug? Well, yeah, it's my stream, you dingus. Where else am I gonna plug my own shit other than my own channel? Isn't it the most appropriate place to do it? The answer is yes, it is. I guess speaking of shameless plug, I'm not being paid in any way in particular to say anything good about the board or anything like that. I'm pretty much just reviewing it based on my own opinions about the board. So if you're like always like people are like, oh, is this like a sponsored stream or whatever? In this case, no, I'm just being I was just sent the board and I am just being paid for my services, which is usually just the bill itself. But other than that, like any opinions that I state here in the stream is just my own. So yeah. Whoa, Soren is really adding all these emotes. Damn. Oh, these LEZ emotes. They're cute, actually. I need to commission more. I've been too lazy / not very productive about that. I did want to commission some more like Kiwi themed emotes, or I mean not more, but a starter pack of Kiwi themed emotes or something like that would be kind of cool. Maybe JD themed as well. I don't know. Something new. How come you didn't go to Central Park for skating? Because they charge you money. Whereas Bryant Park doesn't if you bring your own skates. Central Park's skating is pretty expensive. It's like, I think it's like $20 an hour or something like that. It's something crazy. It's not cheap. Because I'm a cheapskate and I didn't want to pay money for the entry fee. That's basically the answer. Especially when I can get all the amenities that the Bryant Park one does offer. Like, I get a free locker if I bring my own lock, and I pretty much skip the entire line because I don't have to rent. So that part is nice. When we went, it was 50 or so for Bryant Park. Yeah, if you're doing rent, I mean, that's because you're paying for the rental fee. But if you bring your own skates, you don't have to do that, so there's no labor involved for them. All they have to do is just let you go, let you in, and then let you go. $20 an hour is rough. I wouldn't pay that either. Yeah, trust me, I wouldn't. I mean, I get it that some people do. I mean, if it's like once in a while, it's fine, but I am. How much? 26? Is it for an hour? Oh my god. That's insane. But it doesn't matter. 26 a session of skating, that's. Yeah, no, fuck that. That's a ripoff, dude. That's insane. Own skates? Pro skater? Not at all. Just happens to be cheaper to buy skates. And not worry about it again. Like, I think the pair of skates cost me like, I think it was like $60 in Canada. So it was great. I think they do cost more in the States though. Because here they're probably considered more like specialty products. The ultimate cheap option, just don't skate. I mean, yeah, but you're missing out on the fun. So we don't do that, right? We have fun. Fun is allowed. But I would say that Wob and Silver is no fun. That one's not allowed. Wait a minute, it's 1 already? Oh, you just lose track of time, Soran? I guess stream was entertaining for you to lose track. Considering that Soran has been over keyboard streams and the like for the past like century, basically. Okay, like past like 5 years. So I'm kind of surprised he stuck around. Anyway, if you just crawl nice, you don't risk falling, right? I guess so. If you never have to fall, yeah. That works. All right. This has been soldered. So let's just put it into the case, which is nice and easy. All right. Not my fault the keyword streams happen when I should be in bed. That's actually true though. Yeah, I mean, if evening times for us, which is basically like after people get out of work and stuff, it's really inconvenient for anyone in EU for the time difference. It's actually a lot better for people in Asia to watch streams because of the AM PM flip. All right, let's try this. No foam at all. And these Gasket dumbbells. But yeah, I mean, wobble wise, like, I mean, like, who was the one who asked about play in this? Lamp? Was it lamp? It's like that much, but this is without the case on yet. So now let me put the case completely on. And now, yeah, there's about a similar amount of play, but that's only if like I'm like actually forcing it to move. Otherwise, like it's fine. Also, oh, good night, Soran. Stay healthy as well. Take it easy. Is a Neo80 supposed to be a next Neo board after this? I believe it's implied. I think I saw someone else post like, oh, I'm looking forward to the Alice. And I was like, okay, cool. I guess there's an Alice version coming too. What stabs are these again? QK Neo stabs or something like that? Basically, the like Neo's own clip-in stabs. Neo and QwertyKeys' own like clip-in stabs. Like their own line. It was included with the board, which is pretty neat. All right, we haven't figured out what key set to put on this. They're posting pics of an REC prototype between 70 and 80, but they haven't for a while, probably because they had to promo, I guess. Or at least I'm gonna guess that that's why they would stop posting for a bit. Got a promo. Oh, I forgot about the this attachment. Oh, so convenient that I can just do that. Is like that. Or does this attach? Oh, I can just kind of like wedge it into the. Sorta? No, it's not quite adhesive, so I don't think it'll stay. Maybe I'll just finagle it in. There we go. So what's the secret sauce? There's no double shot stuff. Where are the parts? Look pretty standard to me. I mean, it's just a clip in here. Housing looks pretty normal. Although it clips from the side like that. It's not like from above, as you can see. So the clip looks a little different. And then, I mean, the rest kind of looks pretty much familiar. Like, you know, that's just the top. And the bottom side does have the guiding rails. You can kind of see them there. There's 2 guiding rails on each side. And then the insert also looks on this more on the standard end. Let me get a pair of tweezers. It's actually kind of hard to show you this with limited movement here. And then let me see if I can kind of show. This is the interior of the stab. It doesn't look like there's any kind of film or anything like that, Drew, if that's what you're wondering. Like, it doesn't look like it. I think it's just a single piece of plastic from what I can see. Doesn't really look anything special. So yeah, but I mean, they seem to work all right. I mean, I just looped them with 205. Yeah, they are they at least tight like Stabies? I wouldn't say as tight. I don't think that was the case. Let me just put it together without any lube or anything. Like, I have this extra stab here. Goes in like that. And then this. How these compared to TXAPs? I think TXAPs in general have the tight, like a very tight tolerance. Okay, so first of all, the wire is definitely clipped on pretty tightly, but the rotation is pretty free. Like, it does have a good amount of rotation here. But the clip, because it's like really inserted further in, kind of like the wire. Like, I don't know how to show this like easily, but oh my god, it's like moving around. Sorry. It's like pretty like, you know, it's like clipped really far in, right? So the wire doesn't seem to really have much room for movement there, right? And then the movement here seems okay. There is still some kind of wobble, I would say. Like, there is stem wobble, yeah. So if you're bothered by this, then you probably don't like it. Like, I think Drew might be annoyed by this. Like, there is a decent bit of movement here, even when the housing is like completely down. Like, there is a decent amount of room for the insert to kind of be in the housing. Even with the guiding rails here, like, you can definitely see there's some gaps. So it's not super tight, but it works. I mean, I think after lubing especially, it'll be fine. Better than APs because you don't have to break in the wires. Yeah, that might be true. I mean, and these are pretty cheap. What isn't Drew bothered by? That is true also. Drew is bothered by literally every single small thing, so I kind of get that. Yeah, good lubrication will make the wobble pretty unnoticeable. Yeah, I agree. I mean, which is in this case, like, it seems to be working pretty well on these guys here. All right. Shall we figure out what keycaps to put on this? During the first run for them, some of the housing were literally not injection molded all the way. Oh wow, that's bad. But I mean, it's good that, I mean, they need iterations to improve on any product. So, you know, I would assume any kind of first run for any kind of product, especially if it's things like injection mold and plastic and that kind of stuff, it's not gonna go the best way every single time. Also, Mikey Digit, ¿qué tal anda, caballero? ¿Cómo estás? Fan of the APs, but my fingers hurt putting the wires in. That's fair. No more streamer jazz and lo-fi? Yeah, because I did the audio track splitting thing, and so trying something new. So we're trying some GAM radio today, or GAM playlist rather. I don't think it's his thing, like the big playlist, but yeah, it's one of them. Yo, what the fuck? You really are Teha? East Coast. He moved to Korea, guys. Sorry. So Teha Types is no more. After attending the Seoul Mechanical Keyword Expo, Teha Types decided to relocate to South Korea and is now completely, you know, it's become so ubiquitous and homogeneous because there's people, you know, out there who produce YouTube content as well, and now Teha Types is no more. And now I have inherited the department, the East Coast department of Teha Types. Spread the word. Feel Good Music with a Z and a K. That's the new channel. Yeah, so we're going back to the roots, guys. Where's the drop test though? Yeah, I mean, no. Feel Good Music was a little too hood. Gotta get another cat. Yeah. Oh man, Luffy and Nami are so cute though. His cats are adorable. All right. Let's figure out what keycaps, guys. Let me think. Let me actually look at what sets I have here. Oh, not yet. It's also, don't worry about it. I'm sorry, I'm talking to my partner over there. She's being very, very considerate and polite and very nice, asking me if I was about to type, but we're not even ready yet, so. Olivia may have, seems a bit more gold than champagne though. Yeah, it definitely is a bit more on the gold, or it's on the golder, more gold side than champagne. That is true. It's not rose gold, quite. Seisero came in today. Ooh, nice. I don't think mine has arrived. Dolce maybe, could work. Sandstorm could be a good pick. I remember doing, actually, if I were to show you, I did a Heine TKL 1 build, I think, right? With Sandstorm, and that was like this goldish color. I can show you the pictures here. This was the Heine TKL 1 that I built a while back. This had Sandstorm on it. They look nice. This is a bit darker gold color, but yeah. Whatever OG dye subs you have with funny subs that aren't colored. Subs that aren't colored? Subs tend to be colored. OG dye subs that I have with no colored subs. That's actually a kind of a harder ask than that I can think. Let me think though. I mean, no, that has colored subs. Like Cyrillic has colored subs, SAT has colored subs. I guess the recent one that I did on the Bina 103, that didn't have color subs, that's black. And the rest are just regional. So like I have like German, French, UK, Italian, Belgian, Yugoslavian, and I think Spanish? Yeah, Disco Black would work too. CRP Egyptian. Ooh, that's kind of a nice pick, to be honest. CRP Egyptian. Are you good with? No, but that's colored, I guess. But I mean, you have those in OG Dice Up? Yeah, I've collected these over the years. I have been collecting. Oh yeah, there are Solar sets with no colored subs, but that one's really hard to find. That's SAR probably. But yeah, that one's pretty hard to find and pretty expensive. I mean, prices kind of exploded during COVID and then past it. I mean, even before that, it was pretty pricey, but I definitely haven't got anything new for other than the SAW that I recently got. That was the last one, but before that, I don't think I got anything until before COVID. Yeah. Is J80 SAD for €100 reasonable? If it's in really good condition, I would say so. Otherwise, it's one of the most common. So if you're patient, you could maybe find it for less. But I would say it depends on your patience and your tolerance for that. Okay, I'm gonna choose just one of them. I probably don't have one with a bunch of subs, so I'm just gonna have to pick any die subs. So let me just check where I have it, though. Okay. Bro gave us the illusion of democracy. Well, what other? Well, I mean, so the thing is, Drew spent points. So yeah. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So actually, I brought back, this is G81 3000 SAC, which stands for, Swiss? I think these are Swiss. So let's try these. I'm gonna have to use GMK missing keys, because otherwise you can't do ANSI. So some classic beige. Oh yeah, Mr. Streamer, I asked this earlier, but did the middle letter of the extension on G81s denote board generation? Middle letter? Describe. What do you mean? So, like, are you talking about, not serial, but the model number? So for example, if this is G81 SAC 3000 SAC, it means it's a G81 like board series, and then the 3000 is a model, 3000 model, and then S stands for whatever the German word for disublimated is, so it's gonna be the disublimated caps, and then A, or like the letter in between, usually is going to be, sometimes I think like for the G81s it's a little hard to say, but it's gonna be like there's different sub variants of the board. For example, like the ones that have MX switches, like the G80s, that letter is also gonna define like the type of switches, for example. So for example, like let's say like a G80 1800, HAU is going to be MX blacks, HEU is going to be MX clears, and the U is for US layout. But for G81s, I think it's might be internals. I'm actually not sure. I'm not the best person to ask that question actually, because I don't really like, it's not like I'm keeping track of that myself, so I personally don't really care for it. But yeah, I believe it's basically like variants of that board in particular. Like SDU, SAU, like that kind of stuff. Might be generational aspects, I don't know though. I'm not entirely sure. I believe this uses quartz layout. Because I just saw recently that apparently for POS boards they also denote cable card reader variants too. Oh yeah, like I mean there's like the SP bus, right? And that one has like the card reader, if I recall correctly. But see like how that one's different? That one has a full, that one for example has the full like 5-character denomination, so like it just varies like that. You put Y in the wrong spot. It's not in the wrong spot because this is using the, this is like the Swiss layout keycap set. So it's quartz style like in German boards. Oh wait, no, this is the wrong position for this one, I think. I want a keyboard with tap to pay. What if you accidentally tap to pay where you don't want to tap to pay? Missing keys, we're gonna need so because international layout stuff won't fit this, we need a, oh this is, I put them somewhere else, didn't I? I don't have the keys here. Yeah, they're not here. I think I'm gonna put them on a board, so I'll go get that. Then you gotta get a refund? No refunds, bud. Refunds are, that's a weak move. Why would refunds be allowed? Why do you even think you have that luxury? Okay, cool. I think I found them. There it is. Okay, let's put this aside. All right, let's get some artisanal keycaps on this to fill out the rust. Ooh. It's gold, huh? It's gonna be kind of interesting to fill this. Oh, I have a few. Been a minute since I've used a fugu. Let's do a fugu. Oh, it kind of rubs on the case, huh? Kind of loose. Maybe not the fugu then. Go do the rubber hose. Actually, might do the fugu. I just need to put it, I think maybe this position's probably the best for it. Yeah, that's good. There's the blank that goes with it, and Maybe we'll put this guy here. I think that's pretty good pairing here. Yeah, like the spikes are just barely hitting the case. That's another thing with fugus, they're kind of spiky. How's that? Is that a Gen 1 fugu? No, it's one of the most recent ones. Relatively recent. Okay, let's interesting, it doesn't fit. No, this board actually has kind of tight tolerance on this part here. Actually, no, it's just I think it's just when I push it, it rubs on. What is it rubbing on? Is it the? Actually, I don't know. Maybe it's the bottom of the cap. I'm not sure. Anyway, all right. Let's try this out. Let's see, typing. It should bring up our. It was supposed to bring my typing test up, but it didn't. Oh, there it is. Can also do it on the side here. Oh, it's a little too close, isn't it? I'm gonna move this a little bit further back. That good? No icon caps? Yeah, so this one doesn't use icon caps just because of the board itself, like doesn't have it. It uses this caps lock for whatever reason. That's what it came with. Okay, let me move the mic now. Okay, let's stop the music. All right. I think that should be good. All right, let's give this a shot. We have our Neo80 from QwertyKeys. This is currently built with Gateron X R2 switches. This is currently built plateless with the Gasket dumbbells and no foam at all within the case. No P foam, no plate foam, no case foam. And we have some Cherry Profile PVT keycaps made by Cherry Corp, and that's about it. Let's give it a try. Let's see how it sounds. All right, here you go. pretty nice. PVT sounds good on this, plateless, so definitely a very prominent sound to it. All right, here are the mods. Yeah, this has a lot of movement. What plate? Actually, it's plateless. I need to adjust the build command that it's plateless. It's plateless, plateless, plateless. Yeah, I actually do wonder how it would be with the gasket socks. So we can actually switch that immediately. Oh, I think the keycaps are getting in the way. Artisans are slightly too big, I think. So let me just, there we go. Oops. Okay. You can try the gasket socks. And sorry about the noise in the back, it's just kitchen work. Alright. So. Yeah, the clasp system is honestly pretty neat. It's just very convenient if you're like especially into you know, like changing stuff up on your build often and whatnot. It's pretty nice. So now let's do the gasket socks, which I think they're just pretty even. Yeah, it uses those like ball clasp mechanisms similar to the Cycle 7, I think. I do think that the QwertyKeys folks do say that it's like improved in some ways, and obviously it has these little silicone pieces to also prevent it from colliding against the case harshly and whatnot. So, all right, so that's they're the socks on. And then it gets attached to this part here, which is the magnetic connector for the PCB. So you just kind of think it's connected. The clasping would be a bit weaker. They're definitely not like super strong. That like if you do this to the board, like if you suddenly drop the board from the top, like if you're just grabbing onto the top piece, then it'll definitely fall off. Just FYI. So you definitely want to be careful enough not to drop it. But I mean, assuming normal, regular use and regular care, like that's not something you'll be worrying about. And yeah, you can adjust the clasp strength, pretty sure, yeah. Because, so you'll have, sorry about that. So, these guys have these ball sockets here, and then you can adjust, you can take them off, right? So you can take them off, and then you can adjust it from either side, most likely. So I mean, like I could do that now. So it looks like it uses a Phillips screwdriver. So if I like just take this out here, right? You can see here it has a, I think that's a hex screw. That's just a hex screw that allows you to adjust the amount of clasping that happens for each of the ball bearings or the little metallic balls there. But yeah, so you can adjust it using these screws. These are just use like hex M2.5s or something like that. So yeah, I mean, right now they're pretty much the right tightness. Honestly, I don't really think they're too tight or too loose. It's just enough strength that it's not bothersome, and it is just enough to not like think that it's gonna come off. But obviously, if you're particularly careless about it, then you're definitely gonna have, you know, you might actually like ding the board or something, you know, because you dropped it. So just gotta be careful. Yeah, no, this is pretty nice. It's pretty neat. Yeah, and then QwertyKeys definitely has been around the scene now enough to really have been experimenting a lot. So it's definitely a very welcome change and very neat to see. So let's try this out now with the, oh, I forgot to put the little thingy. I guess I can just do it. That part is neat. Like, I forgot to put the little thingy, and it's so easy to just put back on. So there we go. Okay, so let's now try it with the gasket socks. Again, no foam. So let's give that a try. I'll switch the focus a little bit, maybe to sort of the center of the board, so you can see also that part of the board too. And all right, so typing again now with the gasket socks instead of the dumbbells. Okay. Oh, it's not plugged in. My bad. All right, there we go. Alpha's better, spacebar less? Maybe. I need to kind of like just use it normally for a bit longer to know. But it definitely is a bit more rigid feeling. That's the number one thing I was kind of looking for. So yeah, here are the mods. Oop, let me turn this on. So definitely you don't see, like you can see movement here in the middle, but the edges are much more firm compared to the gasket dumbbells. So that is accounting for the difference, especially in the mods and especially towards the alphas, toward the outer part. It definitely does not have that much movement. I actually do prefer the larger gaskets here just because the movement on the little dumbbell pieces is a little bit extreme. It's a little much, especially in plateless. Like I'm kind of pushing just on the PCB and these pretty soft singular points. So it does feel like a little bit too much going on. So I do like these socks a little bit better in terms of feel already. And I think sound wise, yeah, it's like definitely a bit more kind of like less like wobbly sounding, I guess, kind of like what I would say. But is it still a bounce pad? I would say not as much. Definitely not as much. Like it's only if I'm pushing hard here that you can see the movement, but like otherwise it's a lot more firm. Yeah, it's definitely not a bounce pad like it was earlier. Earlier, like you could definitely see like it would kind of shift around on every single point that you would press a little bit harder on. Is that an LED? Yeah, it is an LED above the cluster. So actually, if I focus on it and just bring it to the view, actually I think it's kind of dim. So I can try to. Adjust the lighting brightness. I don't think it's diffusing super well, but it's there. But yeah, this has a little LED, kind of like the Matrix 2.0, the Matrix 2.0, yeah. They have those ring LEDs, right? It's kind of like that. It's QMK and VIA compatible right now. I just like was checking the programming on VIA, so. But I think right now the diffuser's maybe slightly off-centered or something. It's not diffusing super well, but it's mostly visible from above. It's not super bright, but yeah. You can kind of see it from the overhead cam probably here. It's a little bit more visible. But not. I think my lighting is a little bit too bright too, so maybe if I turn off the light. There you go. Oh. Struggling to focus here. But you can kind of see it there. There we go. So it's pretty bright, the light. Can we get a drop test? I mean, sure, although I'm a little scared that this is gonna like unclasp. Okay, I'm a little scared. Hold on. Let me just make sure things are out of the way a little bit. And maybe you don't want to hear this. Lower the volume. Okay, it's a drop test from maybe like this much. It's not that much. It's not that much. Okay. 3, 2, 1. It did unclasp as I expected. So it just unclasped at the bottom, but the top was fine. Yeah. So I mean, so that means the bottom might be slightly lighter on the clasp, so maybe I can tighten that a little bit more. But otherwise seems fine. Sorry, that was pretty loud. The mic is right above you, like right above this, so it was probably really loud. I warned you though. I warned you. Shake it violently. I mean, I think nothing happens if I shake that. Sure, that's the zipper. Yeah, nothing from shaking. While the minute I look away, something exciting happens. Like what? Anyway, that's pretty much what it is. But yeah, no, pretty cool board. Let's turn the. Oh, hold on, something in the kitchen. Ugh. What's that? Something boiling. the water. Okay. Sorry, just cooking. Didn't think you'd actually drop it? Hey. I mean, it's fine. Usually this amount of distance is okay, but if it were like on the floor, or like if I didn't have a bunch of desk mats here, it would definitely be problematic. Definitely would be denting something. Definitely would be denting and whatnot, scuffing stuff much more. So, yeah. Put a keyword on your bed and throw it there. You need to expect for the bounce. It's the bounce shot. Fall on the other board. But yeah, so someone wanted to see the side of the board, right? So side profile of the board is here. That's the side profile. It's a nice looking side. I mean, it's pretty standard looking. Has a little curvature here. And then the back is just kind of straight all the way along. You can see the top protrudes a little bit further to the back than the bottom piece does, right? What's the top right artisan? The top right artisan is called it's a moon blank from Keycaps. Yeah, and then there's from the top, obviously you can see a little bit of the PCB there because we have a plateless build. But yeah, that's the look of the board. You can see it from the side cam if you want. We can do that as well. Where did I just put that cable? It's not here. I can plug it in. What do you think of the boomerang laminar designs? I have no idea. I have not seen details, so I can't tell you. Oh, it's a little focus on the right place. All right, there's our thumbnail. 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right, very nice. But yeah, that's what it looks like from the side here with good old R5 row profile. It's a very gorgeous color. This gold champagne anno is really nice. I'm not sure I like this. I think I would have preferred this either sandblasted or brushed, just regular brass or something, or steel. Sandblasted or brush should have been fine, to be honest. This like stone turned whatever finish with the polish is kind of too much for me. Too much going on. First of all, it's still reflective, but it still has that like stone wash, whatever look they call it. So I'm personally not like a huge fan of this look. I think just regular sandblast or regular brush or whatever it is fine. Whether it's steel or brass, right? So yeah, but that's kind of like the finish on the back here that it has. This is like this dark gold. That just looks like water stains. And yeah, no, it kind of looks like it, but it's part of it. It's like it's kind of like, you know how like the LZ CLS SC, the one from Alex Otis' stream had that like pattern look with the UV print. This is just like this is like also like just like applied purposefully. So it's like on the actual weight, like, you know, it's like a dirty mirror. Yeah, like it kind of makes me feel like I have all this fur and like sticky stuff on the weight, so I don't like it. It makes me want to like wipe it off, but it doesn't wipe off. Not for me. Not for me. Either make it completely polished, which do have the option to pick, by the way. This board does offer a huge amount of customization. So like, actually, let's take a look at the website. Like their I think it was like a Notion page, but their page has like a crazy amount of things available for it. Let's take a look. So let's see. Okay, Okay, F12 round chamfer, F12 top row, RGB orbit logo, win keyless. They have their back design. This is one of the links that's on my build command. Actually, I need to update my build command to what's build command right now. I'll just copy that, edit, command, build, and then I built it, mounted onto the PCB directly, plateless. There we go. Okay. So that's how we built it. Okay, so you know they talk about their customized ball catch structure, which you can adjust. They're talking about their magnetic connector, their different ways of mounting. We have gasket, sandwich, O-ring, plateless, right? We have flex cut, non-flex, and actually all non-flex cut PCBs here, tri-mode, wired, and solderable, wired. Then they have 5 options for plates if you want them. And then, my God, okay. So color options, they have, it's kind of small, isn't it? Oh, there you go. So they have, oh, did I misspell that? Oh, thanks. I can edit it again. Plateless. There we go. Spray coated white, retro white, which I guess is beige, pink, and lilac. It has some glitter to it, it says. And anodized champagne, which is the one we have here. Green, purple, navy, red, baby blue, black, silver. And then alternative bottom case, you have silver and champagne. Okay. Weight options: white, black, copper, golden, M silver, M dusk, M chroma, S silver, S black, and S dark golden. So S is stonewash, which is what we have today. Today we have the stonewashed dark golden look, and they also have the mirror finish, which is the completely polished version. I think this board would have been fine with the golden or the copper, just regular weight. And they're all made of stainless steel except for the copper one, of course. But yeah, I think this would have been fine with a sandblasted weight too. And so yeah, this one we have this stone washed dark golden finish on this, which, you know, this is what they sent, so this is what we have. But yeah, and then they have all the options shown here. Basically, price range is from $135 to $190, depending on what you pick plate wise and whatnot. And plates are super cheap, $20 plates. $20 plates. They have extra PCBs, they have extra gaskets, O-rings, rubber feet, whatever. I kind of wish I got an extra weight. But I do wish I just had a regular copper weight or whatever. That's fine. Maybe Alaska, actually. And yeah, it's already on pre-order at QwertyKeys.com. $38 to ship to Con US. We get DHL. Less than that for other regions. More than that for some other regions. And they don't ship to certain destinations as well. But yeah, it's pretty much open pre-order at the moment, so I believe you can just order it on their website, which I think is the QwertyKeys.com website. You go on live keyboard sales, and then they have all the options. So like the one I have here is win keyless, same as the top case, and we have stonewashed dark golden weight and the solder non-flex cut PCB with plateless. So this would be $140 the way I built it today. If you want plates, $20 for extra plates for each plate, or 20 to 25 or so. And yeah, so crazy deal, to be honest. Like this is the quality of the board for the price is banging. Okay, like this for 140 plus shipping and tax or whatever is concerned is banging deal. This is 140. This is 140 with, this is going to be a case, PCB, no plates, by the way, because plates are $20 extra. So 140, okay? It starts at 110, I think. The most basic possible way you can order it starts at 110, and the most decked out option is like $200 basically. Plus shipping, which is like $40, you know? So give or take, let's say you're spending like $200. $200 for this F12 win key or win keyless board with bajillion mounting options and plate options and pretty good anno, and you know, overall finish looks like impeccable, to be quite frank. Like I have to say, I have seen worse anno than this, and it's cost me 3 times more than this. Yeah, this is pretty crazy. And yeah, 1.6 millimeter PCB and everything, right? You get this cool ball clasp system. It's nice and clean look. So like as far as like the aesthetics are concerned, it's a very simple and nice looking aesthetic. No frills, you know. Centered USB, you might not like that, fine, but it does have that cool magnetic system, which is pretty neat in my opinion. You know, it's so easy to just open up here and like change whatever you need to change for it, right? Like you just boop, open it up, and yeah, so pretty easy to assemble. Right now I built a plateless, so easy to tune my stabs, retune my stabs or switches, open them up right while they're still soldered, or kind of like in you know, like when what is that called, top something, switch top opening able, you know, but you know, because it's plateless. But it's pretty cool. Does it come with a 75% board and numpad and 500 switches? Yeah, anyway, this is a really good deal. I mean, if these options had been available when I was starting off, like, no brainer, dude. This is great. That said, I think if you do continue in the hobby, almost everybody who just continues in the hobby will have a desire for more premium stuff, or maybe they'll just accumulate a lot of other stuff. But I think ultimately it ends up just being a journey of accumulating more and more. So like if you're in for one board and out, or if you're giving a gift, this is a great gift to give for the price. But you know, if you already have a lot of boards, you probably don't need it, you know. But it's up to you how to spend your money. And honestly, this color, like if you're gonna get it for the color options, very good candidate to purchase a board like this, just because they offer a certain color that other sellers don't offer. Because a lot of these small batch group buys and whatnot that you see out there will offer your typical silver, black, gray, maybe red, maybe green, right? Maybe blue, gray, or whatever, you know. But you know, usually limited to sub 5 number of options for colors and like weight and other customizable choices. But this one offers like a fuck ton. Yeah, essentially what it is. So so yeah, and it sounds good. So what more is there to ask for from a board like this? So yeah, well, let me know if you have questions though. Let's go ahead and I guess we'll wrap it up soon. But yeah, that's the board. This is a nice build. Gatex actually do suit this plateless board nicely. I mean, beige is pretty easy to match with this kind of color for the anodizing. I think it's a very good alternative to like silver and beige. So I do like it. I probably will keep it built for now until maybe I have to desolder the switches and maybe I'll try something different. But I think for now, I think this is good. Also, the switches kind of match the board, so it's nice. This board will wait for cycle 8. Honestly, this is a good deal. I don't know how the cycle 8 is going to be priced actually, but I assume the offerings are going to be somewhat similar. It's probably going to be based on what your aesthetic preference is board wise. I think the cycle 7 had a more like more standard rectangular look. This one has some curvature to it, so some roundness to it. So if you like that, then this Neo is probably a better deal. And you know, color options too might vary what the TKD Cycle guys offer. So yeah, I do know that there was some disappointment over, I think, like the Void Elf colorway, which is the one I got, which is like a kind of bright purple. People were hoping for a darker purple and whatnot. Renders look darker, blah blah blah. I think if that's a concern, maybe, you know, you might think, oh, well, at least a Neo, there's tons of people out there who have one now, and you know what the colors look like, so that could be a more dependable, or more rather, yeah, more dependable, more solid choice, perhaps, because you have more confidence in the option. And yeah, you can always get extras, pay a bit more, yeah. And yeah, you can always wait to buy it later, if I recall correctly. I would say, like, you won't be missing out on it if you don't get it now. I mean, it's not the best time to buy for everybody post-holiday season. So I understand. But, and yeah, I think, let's see, batches. Let's see, what do they say about fulfillment? Okay, let's see. All products on this page are final sales. No change or cancellation will be made after order completion. Fulfillment time. Orders will be locked for fulfillment every 7 days. And then orders will be fulfilled within 2 to 4 weeks after the sale period. Actual timing may vary depending on total units sold. And then due to the upcoming CNY holiday, orders placed between January 17th and February 22nd may experience delays of 4 or more weeks. So we highly recommend placing your order before January 17th to receive it earlier. So if you do order it between next week and later, like because of Chinese New Year, you will probably receive your board around, I'm gonna say conservative estimate is like April minimum. Might be sooner, but I'll just say let's just be a little less optimistic than that and just say, like, yeah, at least April if you order then. I ordered on December 27th. It wasn't fulfilled on January 3rd. I have no clue why. Was it supposed to be fulfilled like really fast? I actually don't know what the promise was initially for, I guess, like for the holiday season period when they did open the order window. Did the cycle have inner weights? Yeah, I believe so. Let me recall. They had these two inner weights that were bolted down. And yeah, aftermarket will be easy for these boards probably. So if you're not gonna get it now, then you can always get it later. Yeah, shouldn't be a concern. Did they say anything about the QC standards? Not directly to me, no. I mean, I'm gonna check right now. I mean, they told me about the features, like about the ball catch structure, about the mounting, the magnetic connection, the software, the pricing, the continuous pre-order stuff with the CNY holiday period that you need to know about. And then other than that, I think they didn't really tell me anything about QC particularly. I mean, I don't know if the Neo boards have had a lot of QC problems lately. I know some people who actually got the 65 and they're pretty happy with it, but I don't think I've gotten like guidelines for QC / defects and that kind of stuff. But hopefully their customer service is not bad. Yeah. Okay, I think it's about time I wrap it up. We got a hungry household here, and gotta go eat dinner and hang out and do other stuff too, actually. So, gonna wrap it up here. Let's check if anybody's streaming right now. Not sure if anybody is, middle of the week. Oh, I see Mr. Kiwi King is currently doing some HHKB tuning. Alright, doing some Topre. Topre Tuesday stuff. So we gotta go raid Mr. Kiwi. Mr. Kiwi King. It's not really that common relative to scale to buy. Okay, that's fair. Alright folks, let's go raid Mr. Kiwi. And if you guys have any questions or anything, you know, you can always join my server, my Discord server, !Discord to join in, or discord.gg/miago. And you can always ping me, ask me questions, PM me, whatever it is. But other than that, you'll see the VOD for this stream hopefully tomorrow, assuming that I didn't have any issues today with the VOD. So fingers crossed, the first VOD I published that's gonna be just muted. I mean, like, you know, no music on it, other than the fact that you know that the music was played. Yeah. Okay. Let's get that raid message going. And again, thank you everybody. See ya. Good night. Take it easy. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. I think the next stream probably might be building the, let me see actually, but might be building the Polycarp constellation from AE boards. So we'll check that out then. And then I got a few more client builds coming up. But then, yeah, other than that, I'll keep you guys posted. See you later, guys. Take care.